We do not lack midwives. We lack deeply connected women who can accompany, hold space, and not interfere with our instinctual responses to birth. That's the birthkeeper. That is the midwife I was and tried to be all my years in the realms of birth, deeply connected, offering soul-level connections with women, accompanying a woman, all right, understanding that she's the true expert in her body and her baby, but that I can bring expertise. I've read those books. I've been to births. I've seen it unfold, all right? Someone that can hold space. In other words, someone who is mystically intelligent at your birth and who doesn't interfere, all right, who doesn't need to manage you and in any way infantilize you during your birthing experience. If you're sitting out there and you're looking for that person, well, that's what I'm talking about, the rise of the birthkeeper. And if you're looking to be that person, if you're looking to find your place in birth and you know that it's not a doula, because that's not what it is. The birthkeeper is not a doula. All right? She could be a doula if that's what you wanted from her. But actually, the birthkeeper doesn't have any rules or regulations or belong to any organization. All right? She doesn't have rules and guidelines, because if you have rules, you will be ruled. Her first priority is to her family and no one else. And she can give 100% investment in the family that she works with. And that birthkeeper is not really a midwife in today's understanding of what a midwife is. Because what I was as a midwife would not be considered in many ways the institutional definition of a midwife, and even the cultural definition of a midwife. I think right now we are dealing with the fact that the word midwife has been co-opted, and it generally now refers to a clinical practitioner, someone who's had a university-style experience, all right, an education, and is prepared to manage your care. And this is what I hear, midwives will manage your care. Well, that's not what we're doing. We're not managing a woman's care. And if a woman does want managed care, I know many, many wonderful midwives who do practice in the quantum field, as it were, all right, with deep connections and respect and elevating your self-direction. Okay. I'm looking at this more as a birthkeeper for a family who really want to direct their own experience. Both the mother and the partner have instinctual responses and want to direct their experience. They want a caregiver that doesn't believe birth is really a clinical event and doesn't believe that women need necessarily clinical care if you're a normal, healthy woman. This has been my experience. So, who is this birthkeeper? Well, she's not a clinical practitioner. All right, she's not particularly a manager. That's not her investment in you to manage your care. She's that person that sits with you while you have your baby. She's that person that tends you in your postpartum. She's that person who accompanies you in your pregnancy. She's a mentor. She could be a guide of sorts. She's a fountain of information with a point of relevance for everything in birth. Maybe she doesn't know the specific gravity of amniotic fluid, but she knows how to find it out, and she knows when it would be relevant to know that. She is mystically intelligent, and someone is going to allow us to unfold our births in the way that is organic and authentic for us. And that's the birthkeeper. That's the birthkeeper.